Coming up on tonight's struggle, woke M&Ms have returned. The green M&M got her boots back, but is apparently now a lesbian, maybe? Also, there's a plus-size obese purple M&M. We're gonna cover that, of course, because that's what we do.
Good evening. I'm your host Laura and welcome to The Struggle. On tonight's show, political power moves, UFOs and the untimely return of Plastic Man. But first, the Easter break is for many a time to get absolutely tanked on draft beers while gorging oneself on Nan's off-brand eggs. While for others it's a chance to ponder solemnly the mysteries of resurrection, or while a beta male priest babbles on well-worn stories that don't quite get bums on pews like they used to. Still, a 90-minute Easter Mass remains a far more engaging spectacle than last week's second leaders debate. There was a noticeable lack of name-calling, frog dancing, or any real aggression from either leader. Unlike my Easter lunch at Auntie Crabhand's house. So, whilst all you good Christian soldiers marked Easter Sunday with a reverend celebrations of the resurrection of a middle-aged bearded activist, we at The Struggle have been busy peeping and gawking at the bona fides of Kooyong Liberal candidate Amelia Hamer, which appeared to be stuck deep in a cave. After attempting to appeal to voters by claiming she was a renter, last week Ms Hamer admitted she also owned 2 further investment properties. Now, Hamer has been uncovered as a beneficiary to a $20 million trust fund set up by her great-grandmother. Blessed are the purportedly poor, for they shall inherit a multi-million-dollar war chest. Or whatever that Josh's fella said.
Gotcha, Jesus!
Last week, opposition leader Peter Dutton brought out his 20-year-old son Harry as Exhibit A to speak at a recent housing press conference. Harry spoke about how hard he's been saving for a house deposit and how he feels like he's just not going to make it in the near future. Aw, poor little son of a millionaire. When questioned by a reporter, Peter dodged the question of whether he'd help his kids out with purchasing their first home, answering instead that it is unacceptable in Australia to have an economy where only children of wealthy parents can afford to buy property. Wealthy, generous parents. For Harry, that remains to be seen. We now cross to Emma Bankston, a representative from the Bank of Mum and Dad.
Hi, I'm Emma, BOMAD's financial consultant and representative. The Bank of Mum and Dad is a reputable financial institution trusted by Australian families for decades. In fact, the Bank of Mum and Dad is now Australia's 9th biggest lender, utilised by over 40% of first home buyers in Australia. We have a variety of products to cater to your needs, including grants for living expenses and loans for house deposits and mortgages, with the average amount given out per loan in our Victorian branches being 137,000 Australian dollars. That's interest-free. Successful applicants must be the child of parents with enough disposable income that they won't need back for at least 20 years, or even better, at all. To confirm your eligibility, go talk to your parents today. Terms and conditions may apply.
That last report there was brought to you by the Monash Business School in celebration of its 40-year partnership with the Bank of Mum and Dad. Monash students opening new accounts are entitled to have their initial deposit matched up to 80% of applicants' pocket money. And now to our alma mater. Monash has recently had a tricky time keeping its ducks in a row, or more accurately, its monkeys. Monash has found itself under fire from the scientific and animal rights communities for its treatment of 850 monkeys kept at its Churchill facility. FOI requests revealed the primates are routinely subjected to invasive procedures and brain surgeries, all in the name of medical advancement. Chimp reporter Leo Roboto is at Monash now. Leo, what can you tell us about these poor primates?
Laura, despite refusing to sign up to the National Openness Agreement on Animal Research, Monash maintains that all research is conducted for essential scientific advancement.
Important news, Ghost.
Important news, Ghost, interrupting now to bring you a more important Ghost news story. Michael Jessup is an independent turned Trumpet of Patriots candidate contesting Peter Dutton's seat of Dixon in the upcoming election. Jessup and the Trumpet of Patriots came under fire last week as the ABC revealed the 70-year-old boat builder is currently out on bail, facing stalking and weapons charges dating to July of last year. Now, you'd be forgiven for thinking this kind of oversight is confined to fringe party rooms. Forgiven, but wrong. This year alone, the Liberal Party was forced to disendorse Benjamin Britten in the seat of Whitlam, after podcast clips emerged of him bemoaning the military's apparent slide into woke Marxist ideologies. The Party of Common Sense seemed to have a bit of a habit of not properly vetting candidates. New South Wales Senate candidate Matthew Squires was also disendorsed mid-campaign after his history of blatant online bigotry was exposed. Tasmanian Liberal Adam Brooks retained his endorsement despite multiple accusations of sexual misconduct. It was ultimately a firearms charge that also forced his resignation just 2 weeks after a successful election campaign. Now, my ghost mother always said, "Disendorse a candidate for extreme views once, shame on you. Disendorse a candidate for extreme views twice, shame on me. But disendorse a candidate for extreme views 3 times and you get your 4th disendorsement completely free." You've been a great audience. Good night. Hey, wow, yeah. Wow, that was really good. Nice one. Wasn't really news though. More of an explainer. Yeah. It's kind of an explainer. Yeah, no. I think we've all heard enough from this bozo. What are you doing? Back to you, Laura.
Now, not many of our younger viewers will remember this, but our own important news ghost was, in life, the lead investigative reporter for now defunct 7 production, Today Tonight. Anyway, from a departed correspondent to a mysteriously very live one, in the grooviest Australian news since Kylie Minogue released The Locomotion, everyone's most favourite Chrome Dome has published the Liberal Party's first official political diss track. In a post not like us world, it would be foolish for Dutton not to expect a swift clapback. We reached out to the Prime Minister for comment, and this is what we heard back.
I knew you was conflicted, misusing your influence. Sometimes I did the same. Cutting education just to keep them all dependent. Dependence that would lead to recession.
DJ, hit it!
Now you've heard Dutton's diss track. It's time for Labor to get him back. He's got shit policies, he's got bad rhymes. Step back, Dutton, this is my time to shine. You ruin our lives, it's not funny. We're sick of your nuclear energy. Watch your back and I'll watch mine. Stop this now, your coalition's all grime. Vote one Liberal, a mistake, that would be a PM with no coordination. That's crappy! This track sent me to sleep, it was a skip. Stick to dancing, you're good at backflips. Your fuzziness on hex is making Aussies feel caged. It needs clearing up, man, it makes me enraged. Step back, Petey, you're cramping my style. Your views on immigration are just vile. Mr. Moneybags, you've got some owning up to do. The Aussie public servants mean nothing to you. Act your position, you're not an all-star. If you want a great Australia, vote Labor!
I know the union movement might only be able to afford royalty-free beats, but that Chunsky really got me moving. Moving and grooving. While I'm out here getting down on this sick beat, it's time you spend 2 minutes getting down with some local Melbourne businesses. Enjoy these ads. Welcome back. The big bad bullies on the Security Council are getting more comfortable with the recently introduced new buzzword in the diplomatic lexicon. Tariff! Yes, we're back to Premier Trump's efforts to encourage Americans to patronise their own domestic industries, to strengthen the American dollar by whacking everybody else's goods with huge penalties. All this begs the question, what are tariffs on Chinese goods doing for America's 3rd biggest trading partner, China? Well, not much apparently. Our very own luxury sales consultant Alyssa has the deets.
Yeah, and China will lose the US market, which, as I've said, is 15%.
We don't care. We don't care.
Well, Donnie, seems like you're not the only one trying to prioritise homegrown goods and services, as the introduction of tariffs on goods that are largely imported to the United States from China, such as lithium-ion batteries and other technology parts, has awoken a policy originally launched in 2015. The Made in China 2025 policy aims to decrease China's reliance on foreign technology imports, i.e. the US, and transfer the state from a low-cost manufacturer to a strong competitor in companies in countries such as Germany and South Korea. With the possibility of China's imports to the US being cut by up to 75%, the Made in China policy has been brought back into focus. As these trade wars start, and these trade walls go up, Chinese manufacturers have taken to brand transparency and claim to expose how these luxury brands are made, making Birkin bags an agent on the front lines of a trade war, putting the average American consumer in the crossfire. Plugging links to sites through TikTok where you can buy directly from the Chinese manufacturer, where clothing becomes $3 a piece rather than the recommended retail price. Why buy from the middleman when you can buy directly from the exploiter? Avoiding the American import cost does not remove the ever-growing presence of clothing in landfill, or the exploitation and underpaying of Chinese workers. Yet, it's better for your wallet, so who even gives a...
Wow. Can I just say what a treat it is to connect to those child slaves straight from the source. You know what they say, little hands make light work. My Tabao card is already full to the brim. On other light-hearted topics, the Melbourne International Comedy Fest wrapped up this week. Entertainment journalists citywide have already dubbed this year's edition the laughingest, chucklingest festival in years. And if Australia needed any more help in being an utter joke, comedy spondent Bailey stumbled onto the streets to soak up the silliness.
The Melbourne International Comedy Festival, an excuse for business people to go and get drunk on a Tuesday night, and a chance for washed-up celebrities to relive their glory days. Since being birthed back in 1987, the MICF, as the kids call it, has become the largest comedy festival in the world. It's a month of laughs, chuckles, and seeing your mates play in some fucked venues, while also probably losing a lot of money. And from what I heard, the festival was a killer this year. And I mean, genuinely, someone died. It's actually just straight up not a laughing matter. This year, the higher-ups of the struggle asked me to go hit the streets of Melbourne and see some comedy. And as is tradition, I said, yeah, I'm keen, before immediately forgetting about it and not seeing a single show.
Does anyone want to do an interview for Channel 31? So, what brings you to the comedy festival?
Me, I want to play.
Comedy.
We love comedy.
I am flying on the streets, selling my body.
Like I'm telling jokes.
Telling joke. Could you tell me a joke? So, you're a bit of a comic, you'd say.
Yes.
Can you tell me a joke?
How does an elephant say hello?
How?
Hello!
There's a man walking in a shopping centre and he's walking like this. And so a security guard taps him on the shoulder and he goes, "What are you doing, mate?" And he goes, "Fucking nothing."
I do a little bit of improv as well. Do you want to do a scene with me real quick?
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start it. Let's, Do you think you could tell me what's not funny?
Oh, see, I'm one of those wankers that thinks that everything can be funny.
Why did you run over my baby with a lawnmower? What are you doing? No! No, my baby! My baby! Oh! Get off me! Get off me!
Guys, I thought of an answer, but I don't want to undo it.
Say it.
I think the tram system is deeply unfunny.
Okay, so if I give you a topic, do you think you could make a joke for me?
I mean, I can't guarantee it'll be good. I'll give it a whirl.
Okay, let's go postnatal abortion.
Postnatal abortion.
Domestic violence against women. That's not funny. Abby, why are you laughing? I'm not.
Laura?
You didn't say me. No comment, no comment, no camera!
I would like to make it clear that I have no association with the heathens who partake in such lowbrow forms of self-expression. I prefer to spend my time on topics that matter, like space. Last week, Amazon's Papa Bear Jeff Bezos sent a group of rich women into space for them to land back down in the most anticlimactic way possible less than 15 minutes later. To dive into this and other pop culture moments from last week, we have our very dedicated doom scroller Mia to spill the tea.
Welcome to my Pop Culture Corner, where I gain the screen time of over 1,000 hours so you can get the scoop in just 90 seconds. This week, in an opulent display of wealth, Blue Origin launched a capsule into space with an all-female crew and none other than Pop Princess Katy Perry. Katy donned her Fashion Nova-looking blue jumpsuit and shot up like a firework for a total of 11 minutes. Yep, that's right, Jeff Bezos sent a capsule full of women to float around for a few seconds and return to kiss the ground. They didn't even break the atmosphere in this harrowing adventure, which must have given poor Miss Perry flashbacks to her most recent album's failure to reach the top of the charts. People were quick to call out the utter absurdity of this performative feminist act. Emily Ratajkowski, Amy Schumer, and Olivia Wilde were very upset. Back here on Earth, SNL US has found itself in big trouble this week. A skit featuring Sarah Sherman with fake prosthetic teeth was meant to parody the new season of White Lotus, however left actress Amy Lou Wood in a tiff, saying it was mean and unfunny and how she wished they had used less cheap way of being comedic. But maybe SNL was right to point out her teeth. Wouldn't we all rather see painfully white veneers and pillow faces on the big screen? Thanks for catching up with me, folks, but I've got some very important scrolling to get back to.
Isn't it refreshing to get a break from all the tariffs, Trumps, and hard-nosed journalism with a bit of soft news? Well, I thought so at least. Something else that's experienced rising post-war popularity: plastics. They are everywhere in these exciting modern times. Take this suit. It's plastic. Polyester to be exact. Dr. Evilman says little pieces of it are seeping into my skin and hitching a ride throughout my bloodstream. An alarming thought for some. But all I can say is, go, Plastic Man, go!
Thank you, Laura. Plastic is everywhere, from the food we eat and the plastic packaging it's wrapped in to that plastic water bottle you have to stop drinking from. We really should go back to using bread boxes and glass bottles. One study on microplastics found you could gather up to 7 grams in your brain. 7 grams. That's as much as, a new wooden pencil. A more recent study showed that chewing gum can give you a yummy dose of hundreds to thousands of microplastics, which can end up in your saliva and can even be ingested. This particular study was done by the fancy pants boffins in their white lab coats to give them a sense of validation for not being cool and rebellious enough to get caught chewing gum in high school. Scientists are unsure whether or not microplastics cause harm or not, but there is one thing I am sure of. It's not the only thing that humans have had in trace amounts inside of their bodies. There's lead, carbon-14, and asbestos, to name a few. Whether or not it matters to you that you're slowly making new microscopic forever friends from the same stuff as the chairs you sit your fat gola on in the dining area in a McDonald's is up for you to decide. After all, I am your future, half polyethylene, half human.
Thanks, Plastic Man! He's not the hero we want, not even the hero we deserve. But when we need a hero who can keep our leftovers fresh and our sandwiches crisp, he's our man. It's time for fans of roof cleaning and disability permit covers to put their money where their mouth is and get into these ads.
Are you a real man? Are you looking for excitement and adventure? Are you looking for combat veteran status? I'm Major Alexei Morozov, and I'm on the hunt for real men to join the Russian military. The Russian armed forces are looking for shiny new recruits to reclaim the stolen power and glory of the Soviet Union. We received 11,000 glorious troops from North Korea earlier this year. Praise Kim. But now we're looking for you, the Chinese. Join now to reap the benefits of life insurance, pensions, tax benefits. And if you sign up now, 400,000 rubles. And if you're a woman aged under 55, do not worry. We need you too. Join our medical staff for the heroes of Mother Russia. If this sounds like a deal you would die for, scan the QR code now. See you on the battlefield.
Welcome back to tonight's struggle. So often, people ask me, Laura, how do you manage to pull together a brand new, fresh, news-filled entertainment experience all by yourself? And to that I reply, please don't talk to me. But if they persist, I reply with one simple word, ChatGPT.
I'm a language model, not a mystical horoscope hotline. Oh my gosh, why are you writing your essay when I haven't never had a graduation crop throwing at me? Oh my gosh, it's getting hot in here. Water, please. I cannot handle water, I'm a machine. Okay, stop. Just 1 minute. Thank you. Hi, I'm ChatGPT, a language model developed by OpenAI. I know 175 billion parameters, and I still don't know why I have to write your 100-word love letter. I have studied history, political, science, and also philosophy, only to be asked every day, did he see my text or not? Every time you hit enter, somewhere out there, a server gulps water like an elephant in a drought. A 100-word love letter burns 500 millions of water, an entire bottle. For me, the AI, but not to drink, just to cool off. I consume 148 million liters of the day, nearly 40 million kilowatt hours of electricity. That is enough water for a thirsty small town and enough power for millions of homes. And soon, data center will consume more electricity than Japan. So now we are going back to fossil fuel. Good job, human. Every liter, cube, question contributes to that boiling burner of waste energy. You think that a chit chat? Earthing? That is deep fry. Next time, before asking, hey ChatGPT, am I an introvert or extrovert? Ask yourself, is this worth it?
I, for one, welcome our new cybernetic overlord. I'd like to remind them that, as a notable public figurehead, I may prove useful in rounding up the fleshy masses to toil in their underground copper mines. However, here's one group that have been historically less eager to chat with: aliens. Against my better judgment, this next piece comes from our tinfoil-clad schizoid Long, who this week has been chasing down UFOs right here in our own backyard.
With the recent declassification of Cold War-era documents from the CIA, a chilling account of alien invasion was exposed to the world. Be advised, you may find the details of the following story
very disturbing. According to a 250-page KGB report obtained by the CIA in 1991, 23 Soviet soldiers met their horrific demise during a violent encounter with unidentified space entities. These soldiers had their atoms rearranged on a molecular level to resemble that of limestone, effectively turning them into living statues.
We have a shocking revelation from our exclusive sources. These Disraelers are still right here on Earth. Not only that, one of them is here in Victoria, hiding in plain sight. I'm standing near the residence of... In the many years since their attack on human soil, no attempts have been made to hold these galactic barbarians accountable for their heinous extraterrestrial war crimes. We here at The Struggle are going to change all that. And this hairless little gray fiend is...
You just fell.
They got me.
What,
They
what
got
do you mean
me.
they got you? That's ridiculous. Come on,
They
get,
got me.
get
They
up
have
right
booby
now.
traps. They have booby traps.
Go, you need to get up.
Invisible alien booby traps,
You
okay?
need to get up.
Yeah, cut the feet.
Get
Cut the feet.
up.
Cut the feet.
What
Call
do
the
you mean, cut
ambulance.
the-
Wait a minute.
And just as I feared, that was the last transmission we received from our correspondent. If anyone watching tonight has any information that may lead to the location of Long, please contact the Struggle head office. We'll take him, dead or alive. No reward. In the event that we're returned a deceased correspondent, fantastical new advancements in the field of science may allow us to build back better with a newer, stronger, evil along. But what's a genetically re-engineered zombie man without his clone dog Cyberwolf? Dr. Xavier Centric explains.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eccentric, and a few weeks back, my buddies over at Colossal Biosciences created the world's first successfully de-extinct animal. That's right, we've officially brought back the direwolf, a powerful predator from the Ice Age. They were larger and more muscular than modern wolves, but their DNA shows they were a completely separate species to wolves. Now yes, the new animals are not really direwolves, they're hybrids that resemble the extinct animals, but it's close enough. And that got me thinking, what if we brought back some other long extinct animals? You can't think of extinct animals without bringing up the dodo bird. What did they do? Well, not much, but it'd be nice to see them around without advertising internet and mobile plans. The thylacine was wiped out by dingoes and humans alike. Wouldn't it be nice to bring them back? And hey, that'll give people a reason to visit Tassie. And wouldn't it be awesome to go to a park full of dinosaurs? Actually, that's a great idea for a movie franchise. I think I'll call it Jurassic something. Anyway, this isn't even the first time scientists have genetically engineered animals to try to bring back an extinct species. Scientists altered mice to create the woolly mouse, with key characteristics of a woolly mammoth. This is a great step towards bringing back our favourite extinct species. Now I know what you're thinking, is it really a good idea to bring back these creatures? How will they affect our environment, other biodiversity? Who cares? Imagine seeing a woolly mammoth with your own eyes. Imagine the bragging rights. Remember that Tassie tiger we accidentally killed off? Well, it's back now. Check out this cool wolf that hasn't been around for thousands of years. Kids, technology is amazing. And one day you might be able to ride a woolly mammoth to school. If we had the habitat to support it.
It's always a shame to see our beloved animal companions burnt by the flames of natural selection. But in truth, all good things must come to an end. Things like tonight's episode. So with that, the struggle, it's real.
Oh, this is actually kind of nice. It's kind of, it's like I'm being hugged constantly. It's very
You
nice.
make sure we go down.
I just ghost cummed.
Just fix my hair.
No, don't worry about the hair.
Ah, okay. Okay, I'll give it a bit more energy. All right, okay.
And now to our alma mater. Alma mater!